Hi there, my name's Laura and I work here at South Central Ambulance Service as part of the recruitment team. We're here today to talk to you about the exciting opportunity that we currently have available of the Apprentice Emergency Care Assistant. I'm joined with my colleagues.
Hello, my name is Irina. I work for the education team looking after apprenticeships and SCAS.
Hi, I'm Jim. I'm one of the education facilitators here at South Central Ambulance Service.
Thank you both. So as I mentioned, we're here to talk about all of the requirements of the role, and I wondered, Irina, if you could initially give us a bit of an overview of the role itself.
So this is a brand new role, only been introduced into SCAS towards the end of last year, and we currently have our second cohort live. So the role essentially is 18 months program and consists of 12 months working in patient transport services. Then apprentices move into operations department. They do an emergency care assistant training, and subsequently they become qualified emergency care assistants. And what's important, as part of this program, you will get a level 3, national level 3 diploma in ambulance, emergency and urgent care support, as well as get a driving qualification.
Thank you. So as part of the role the apprentices will be undertaking is going to be largely available on our patient transport service team. Jim, having been part of the PTS team previously, could you give us a little bit of an overview of what that role will entail?
Yes, I started my career in patient transport before joining other parts of the ambulance, so it's a very important role. And whilst they're in the ambulance care assistant role during their apprenticeship, they're going to be meeting lots of different types of patients. They're going to be taking patients to and from outpatients appointments. They're going to be taking patients from one hospital to another, into hospital transfers. They're going to take patients to clinics of social needs, so that might be rehabilitation or physiotherapy. And they'll be taking patients to renal dialysis or even back to hospices. They will see a wide range of patients during this time, young patients, paediatric patients, all the way up to elderly patients, patients with learning difficulties, patients with specialist needs, plus size patients, or patients at their end of life as well. So they see a wide variety of patients during this time. Whilst they're seeing these patients, they will learn good communication skills, how to speak to lots of different types of patients from different generations, different backgrounds, different social needs. They'll be speaking to hospital staff, so clinicians. They'll be speaking to nurses, doctors, carers, and even family members. So we'll gain a lot of good communication skills from this role.
Absolutely, and it sounds as though it's working with sort of the wider NHS as well as within the ambulance service.
Definitely. During this role, as an ACA, the ambulance care assistant, they work with lots of different departments. They'll work with outpatients departments, accident emergency departments. They'll work with acute wards, and they'll even work with patients, long-term patients in special needs facilities. They'll work with patients in mental health facilities. They get to see a wide range of what's out there in the NHS, and having access to different clinicians and different types of people as well, gaining more information to take forward for their emergency care assistant role.
In the future. It sounds as though this would be a really good entry level into the NHS as a whole. So Irene, could you tell us a little bit about some of the criteria that you're looking for from a candidate?
Yeah, I just want to emphasize actually on what you just said, that this is a great opportunity for somebody who has no healthcare experience or experience in the ambulance service to join SCAS, join NHS. And really learn the core skills and core knowledge about patient care, and learn, as Jim said, communication and teamwork, which is essential. And also spending 12 months on patient transport services, working alongside our other ambulance care assistant, equips apprentices with these essential knowledge and essential skills that allows them to progress further to operations with much more confidence. So I think that was one of the main reasons why we designed the course in this way, is just to allow people to progress slowly but surely, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, and I know a lot of people look at the ambulance service and think, oh, I need medical experience, but actually this isn't the case for this role.
We wouldn't be able to do what we do, deliver the patient care we deliver, without the core departments involved, such as patient transport, because even though it's not an emergency sector, even though you are not technically responding to 999 calls, it's still really valuable service, because without patient transport services, we won't be able to demonstrate the care that SCAS demonstrates.
And Jim, would you say that teamwork is a big part of this role?
Teamwork is a big part of this role. It's also one of the South Central Ambulance Services core values. Whilst in this role as an ACA, we're doing a lot of teamwork. There is some solo elements of the job, but having good teamwork to get challenging jobs done is always good, and it was taken forward into their ECA role, the emergency care assistant role, for the teamwork involved with that, with working alongside paramedics. But during their role as an ambulance care assistant, they might be faced with some difficult lifts, getting patients out of addresses, into addresses. It might even be working as a team to see what best welfare needs are there for a patient, for even safeguarding a patient in their home following a discharge from hospital.
Fantastic. So lots of key skills that people are going to pick up as part of this role. I guess with regards to applications that can be made via our SCAS Jobs website, so people would make an application, they would be shortlisted, successful from shortlisting, and then come along for their assessment. So any top tips for people who are looking to come along to an assessment?
Yes, so assessment day has 3 parts to it. So candidates need to pass lifting assessment, they need to pass interview and pass the driving assessment. And top tips for an interview, really, I guess I would say, just to know what you are applying for. It's essential that candidates have a really good understanding of the role, of the service, of the program itself. And just a little hint that we are questioning this at the interview, so I guess...
Top tip?
Yeah, I guess I would suggest you read the job description. And definitely read the person specification and carefully read the advert. Perhaps this video will support and help you to better prepare for an interview. But it is key that candidates understand the role and they understand the program, because it's a fantastic program, and it's a shame if people don't really understand and don't really get into it as much as we would like to.
Absolutely. So passionate, enthusiastic individuals
that's what
you're looking for. And Jim, any top tips from you?
Part of the assessment is a manual handling assessment, and we would get the applicant to lift a 10 and 12 stone mannequin. This would be a static lift, walking with the 10 and 12 stone mannequin in our carry chair, and ascending and descending 1 step with the 10 and 12 stone mannequin. So I would suggest perhaps if people are not as fit and active, or haven't done as much physical exercise, to maybe go to the gym and work a lot on their quad muscles for their lifting.
And is that lifting a 10 and 12 stone on their own or with somebody else?
They will be lifting it with someone else. It's a 10 to 12 stone mannequin lifted on a carry chair from the head and foot end. They will be assessed at.
Perfect.
Can I just add that for the driving assessment, obviously having a provisional C1 category is an essential criteria on the application, but I would also suggest candidates to rent a vehicle, larger vehicle, if you've never driven one before, and just see how you feel driving a larger vehicle, because on the assessment day you will be expected to drive a C1 category vehicle. And I know for some people who never driven larger vehicles, that might be a little bit challenging, so my advice is to get practice before you come.
And this will be the size of the vehicle, I'm guessing, that people will be expected to drive.
Yeah.
As part of the assessment and then their role as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you are in patient transport services, you have patient transport services vehicles, and then as an emergency care assistant, you are expected to drive C1 category under blue lights. So really key that you practice a little bit before. It just helps you to get your assessments underway successfully.
Yeah, it might keep some of those nerves under control as well, perhaps.
Well, nerves is one thing, but practice driving larger vehicle is something I would definitely recommend.
Thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to advise our listeners upon at the moment?
Not really. I just wanted to say one thing, that we are really proud to run this program in SCAS. We are really looking forward to new recruits, and this is something we've been working on for a long time, and we really strive for success with this program. It has a lot of benefits, it has a lot of advantages, and yes, please do apply, and we will be hoping to see you at one of our assessment days.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, thank you both for having
Thank you.
some time with us this morning to talk about the role. It's really helpful. And thank you for listening. If you do have any questions, please contact us via email at recruitment@scas.nhs.uk, or you can follow us on social media at SCAS Jobs, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and LinkedIn. Thank you for now, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.